Senate President Godswill Akpabio yesterday came under fire from the Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress and Nigeria Employers Consultative Association over his comment that only 30% of Nigerians pay tax but want more from the government. Akpabio, who made the statement while declaring open a 2-day public hearing on the controversial tax reforms bills organized by the Senate in Abuja yesterday, also described tax reforms as the future of Nigeria, which must be gotten right. But the NLC, TUC, and NECA, in swift reactions, said Nigerians evade taxes where the government remains unaccountable to the people. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu, according to the chairman, Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Sani Musa, at the public hearing, asked the Senate to give him workable laws from the bills he sent to the upper chamber on October 3, 2024. Recall that the tax reform bills, which are the Nigerian Tax Bill, the Nigerian Tax Administration Bill, the Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Bill, were passed for second reading in the Senate on November 28, 2024, and forwarded to the Committee on Finance for more legislative inputs through yesterday's public hearing. Honorable Tarike, before we go to the statement that Akpabio made over Nigerians evading tax payments but want so much from the government, I would love, first of all, want to get your thoughts on this tax reform bill that the president has been asking from Senate to get a workable one. What's your thoughts on this tax reform bill, please?
The tax reform bill is not a bad one. But the issue we are having is, what are they reforming, from where and how? Ordinarily, with what we are having now is so painful, because we don't see how the taxpayers' money is being utilized. So what are we still reforming? Are we reforming for them to have more? Are we reforming for them to purchase vehicles or aircraft as a senator or as a House of Reps members? So those are the questions we keep asking ourselves. The taxation is, he said 30% of Nigerians don't pay tax. How will they pay tax? Do they have work? Let me agree with him on that. But I want to ask, if there is work, won't they pay taxes? Where will you pay your tax from? Most Nigerians feed from hand to mouth. It's so tiring, it's so maddening that things are not working. Taxpayers' money are supposed to be meant for infrastructural development. Look at our schools, they're in a very bad state now. Our health centers and so on and so forth. When last was there employment in the various ministries? So how do you get money to pay tax when things are not working?
I got a situation, I think in Bauchi State or one of the states, that the government removed tax payments from petty traders. That means petty traders were actually paying tax at some point. Well, thank you on that, Honorable Tarike. Let me get your thoughts on this, please. Let me get your thoughts on the tax reform bill first off. Then we go on Godswill Akpabio's statement.
Okay, concerning the bills, I think I wouldn't say that as Senate President it's doing bad, because I took my time to go through whatever information, whatever he has said. I noticed that he was not the one saying this thing. He actually was speaking on behalf of the Senate, telling Nigerians how and what he has seen, asking Nigerians to look into this particular bill, that they want to look at it to see if it is something that would work or not. But for me, all that I have to say right now is that task. Do they want to tax Nigerians to death? There is no parastatal in Nigeria that they don't task. There is no. Do you know that they task up to the level of tasking people who do POS, people that employ themselves? They don't have what to do. Some of them went out there to borrow money in order for them to put up something that will give them one naira to buy either pure water or gari to eat. But they task them. let me not mention the states. In states alone, or local government, that, in fact, let me use Obiakpo for instance. Obiakpo alone is tasking, their task, in fact, the rate of the task is up to 27. If you ask the commercial drivers in their own area, they have more than 10 stickers and tickets that they buy daily. What do they do with the money? That's my first question. Secondly, if you look at what Akpabio is saying, what have they been doing with our crude? Do you know that crude alone has more than 2,300 products? Do you know you can use crude to produce over 2,300 products? What have you been doing with it? The ones that have been given to them, the taxes, do we have anything to show? They should show us one thing that we've achieved as a country, as a nation. Go to other countries that does not have even crude. Go and see the way they are being developed and the way people from that country are benefiting from the federal government and state government. Here, who benefits? Like my brother Honorable Atrike said, who benefits? They should show us. Do we get those social amenities from them? We don't. So I think I will say that Nigerians should hold on first. They should hold on. People are hungry. They should hold on to should hold on to that taxation that they are talking about.
But Tinubu asked for a workable one. I think they're considering signing it into law. And we recall that the North were actually against the tax reform bill, but they came back to say that we're not against it. We're okay with it, but let it let it not be so affecting, you know, us as it stands. But I really want to, you know, hint on that statement that Godswill Akpabio said. He said he was speaking out for the Senate. But if you may ask me, I think that was a statement that was made out in the open. That yes, it was an observation, if you may ask me. But you've listed out most of this menial job workers that actually pay tax. I talked about petty traders. Imagine a guy that sells gala in traffic paying tax. You know, yes, paying tax and all of that. A lady by the streets that pays tax, that has a little kiosk. All of that, you know. So yes, and if we may look at it, I feel those bills should also consider the category of people that should pay tax, and then look at the way forward of using those funds to, like Honorable Atrike stated, using them to yield infrastructural needs that the people need. First of the electricity sector and the crude that you mentioned. I think they actually at some point the federal government was stating that we will no longer export our crude to be refined, rather refine them here, but we're still waiting to get the move over that. And I don't really know how that can work.
It's laughable. If you ask me, it's laughable. Who is deceiving who in this country? Who is deceiving who? Which of the refinery that is working in Nigeria? Please mention one. We've been hearing Dangote will do this, Port Harcourt will do this, Kanu, Kanu, what's this other place? Will do this. Have you seen them working? I've never seen a country like Nigeria where you carry water, you that has water in only buckets, will now take your water, carry your water, and now start pouring in an ocean. How? How possible is that? Who is deceiving who? See, please, I'm begging Nigerians, I'm begging both the Senate President and the President himself to please, if they want to go into taxation, they should draw a diagram and go back to the society, more especially to the last people, which is those that are at the local government level, to ask them what are your needs. Do they do this thing again in this country? No. Before there is a symposium where from local government to state government and federal government sit and ask people what their needs are. Who asks who now? So if you want to tax people, look at those who you feel you have employed and tax them directly from wherever they have been employed. It is the easiest way to do that. But those that have nothing to do, like the petty traders, if you take that little one naira somebody using helping them, favoring them, how do they feed again? I have 1,000, for instance, to buy pure water. And now you know, of course, that pure water is for 400 naira. I'll be 500 naira. I'll now buy 2. Then when you come, you tax 400 naira from me. How do I buy the next water? No. We are clean ourselves. Or except they want all of us to die, why them that are in power, them and their children will keep flying private jets and be going to wherever they want. If anything should happen today, they will fly. We will be here. You won't see them. They will just fly free of charge.
So do we say that you are against or for the tax reform?
Yes, I'm against it. If it must happen, let them look at the categories of people who would pay. And it should be for those who are working already that them government has employed. When last did you hear about federal government employment? When last did you hear about state government employment? Is it what happened in Ajuru? They want me to mention Ignatius Ajuru. They are still battling with it. I don't think that employment will even hold. Sorry, I had to divert from that other topic. But I'm telling you, there is no employment anywhere. Where do you want these people to get this money that you want to tax them from? They are unemployed. Please, they should please adhere to the cry of Nigerians.
Thank you so much on that, Michael Onoa.